This video is going to review everything that we've learned about area. The first shape we talked about was a parallelogram. To find area of a parallelogram, the first thing we're going to do is write down the formula. Area of a parallelogram is found the same way that we find area of a rectangle. So we are going to do base times height. In this shape, we have three different measurements, and we do not want to multiply all three of those numbers. When we're identifying a base and a height, we look for our right angle. The right angle will tell you the correct base and height. So if that top part has a right angle, then this bottom part is also a right angle. So 3 and 10 will be used as our base and our height. I'm going to plug in the values into the formula. So for base, I will replace that with 10, and for height, I will replace that with 3. So the area is found by multiplying 10 times 3, which will give me 30, and I'm going to put a label, because it's area, we're square centimeters. The second shape we talked about in this unit was triangles. The triangle formula for area is base times height divided by 2. In this shape, because it's on a grid, we're going to have to count our base and our height. I'm going to identify the bottom part here as the base of this triangle. I'm going to count that for you, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so in my triangle formula, I replace b with 5. To get the correct height, I know I need to form a perpendicular line that goes from the top of the shape and that connects to the base. So that will come down this way. Just like the base, I count the boxes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So where I had h, I'm going to replace that with an 8. And then divide by 2, don't forget. Multiply 5 times 8 and divide that by 2, and you'll get your area of 20. Because it's on a grid, we're going to label that as square SQ units. The last shape we talked about was when we combine our shapes together. In this figure, we need to find the area of the whole shape. In order to do that, I'm going to break it up into the rectangular bottom and the triangular top. So I'm going to actually have to do two separate calculations. For shape 1, the bottom part, we're going to use the formula base times height because it is a rectangle. The base and the height are where there's a 90-degree angle, so we're going to use 12 times 14. Again, for this, you can go ahead and use a calculator. So if you plug 12 times 14 into a calculator, you get 168. Now let's work on finding the area of shape 2. Shape 2, the top part is a triangle, so we're going to use the formula base times height and divide it by 2. The base of this triangle has the same base of the rectangle, so I'm going to go ahead and label that for you here. That's 14. To find the height, I'm going to need to use two pieces of information. The height of the triangle would be just this part from the base to the top. I know that over here we have 18 goes the entire distance of the shape, and I know that over here the rectangle part is 12. So the height of the triangle can be found by taking the total distance minus the distance of the rectangle, and we'll find that our height is 6. So just like before, I'm going to plug my base and my height into my formula. So we had a base of 14 times a height of 6, and don't forget to divide that by 2. And when we do 14 times 6, again, you can use a calculator for this. We're going to find that that gives me an area of 42. Now that I have two separate areas, I'm going to go ahead and find the total area of the shape by adding shape 1 plus shape 2. So shape 1 was 168, shape 2 was 42. We go ahead and add. We find that our total area is 210 square inches.